This is my lovely little baby that I love dearly. I got it from an old lady who couldn't afford to run it 22 years ago for £500. It was in very good condition because she didn't go a lot of mileage in it. When I bought the car, I was working at CBS Studios in Good Street. I was a disc cutting engineer, in other words, putting the grooves on the vinyl. And I used to drink in the 1 Ton, which is in Good Street. There I met Kelvin and all his leathers, and he was a biker, weren't you?
Korea, yeah.
Korea. I was the only woman engineer, disc cutting engineer, in the whole of Great Britain. I cut ABBA, all the ABBA singles, Tubular Bells, The Clash. They were actually in my studio with me when, and it was the first punk rock that I had done. And I had Mickey Jones sitting and giving me a cigarette, and all that day long when I went home in the tube, a White Riot kept rumbling through my brain.
When I was in Korea, I used to deliver solicitors' mail, flowers, cake, pacemaker, yeah. Somebody phoned me up and asked me, did I want a job? You know, I was on open call. I said, okay. So I picked up the package, which was just a small box, and went to Scotland. I couldn't go on the train because there was no trains in the night. I couldn't go by coach because it would take too long. So that was the only...
Jumped on your Honda?
Yeah, by the time I'd have gone to the coach station, booked a ticket and everything, and I wouldn't have made it. I found out later it was a pacemaker. And if I didn't get it there on time, they would have had to switch off the machine that the man was on, and he wouldn't have lived. And I got there with 3 minutes to spare.
Not having any brothers, that Calvin, I look at him as my brother. And Dr. K, I call him.
Oh, we just
like being together and tinkering with cars. Tell me to cook my roast dinner and I won't, but let me fiddle with an engine and then I will.
Cars are like human beings, they all got spirit, and each one is different. You can pick 2 cars out of the same showroom, start the 2 of them up, and I can tell the difference between the 2.
When we're driving along, he'll stop the car anywhere, pull up the bonnet, and he'll go, get the screwdriver out, tune it in. That sounds better, and away it goes.
He's got motorbike wiring on there, so I didn't need a book.
But it's the first car he made after the motorbike, Mr. Honda, you said.
Well, it's the first car that he made that didn't profit after the motorbike.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
He did do a sports car, but I don't know much about that one. The Civic is the first car that took Honda from one direction and put him in another direction. So he wasn't just known for doing one thing, he started to branch out.
Oh, well, that's the only car I've driven, really. My little car. Love it. The steering, the pedals, the hatchback, the controls. I had to put my car through the MOT, but it didn't pass. This is about 3 years ago. And there was a lot of welding needed done on it.
I just went for all the parts where I know would fail on the MOT. I went for them places first. It just got more interesting the more I started to work on it. When I took the wing off, I thought, ah. And then I got a brush and I started cleaning up, and then I said, oh no, it's not too bad. Give it a knock, you know. When I was fixing the bumper, I met the paint chef. He's the one that gave me the formula to mix the paint to spray the car. And the first thing he noticed was the plastic covering on the trims of the door. And he said, oh, I can't believe it, it's still got the original plastic on after all these years. Normally, when you get the car, the first thing you do is you peel them off and chuck them. And you've still got it. Yeah, still got it.
I didn't realise. I thought that came with a car. This day of spraying, I had to stand outside the garage because of the fumes. So it took him, 2 hours, and I'm pacing up and down like a pregnant, husband or whatever. He opened the door and there was all this mist.
It was like a foggy day, wasn't it? Like a very foggy day. And then next thing I see is somebody coming out of the fog.
That's it.
But all we saw was you could just see the car, it was glowing.
I just
broke down. Yeah.
Gave him such a hug, It was absolute magic. We've got to get new piston, isn't it?
Yeah, the oil rings are strong.